Hi there everybody, I'll just put the light on, there we go. And welcome to another Alex Ellis channel video. Now, 2 days ago, the contract results, or tender results, came out for the bus services in Wellington. If you've been following my YouTube channel or my Facebook page, which is Bus and Transport Enthusiast NZ, for the last year or so, then you would know that all of the bus services in Wellington, the contracts are due to expire next year, and it's time for new ones. So it's all tendered and done like that. And 2 days ago, on Thursday, the results went public, and yes, it has taken me a couple of days to get round to making a video because I've been super busy. The last couple of days with university stuff and all sorts of things. So yeah. But yeah, it's time to do the results. So I've got the Greater Wellington Regional Council article open here that they posted, and I've also got the Tramways Union page open here, purely because they've got a very nicely detailed graph of the tender results on there, which is a little bit better than the one I had a half-assed go at making myself. So yeah, so a little bit about the PTOM. What is the PTOM? The PTOM is the Public Transport Operating Model, and that is the name of the tender process that's been used. That's the method that was signed into law a few years ago, and it's the method that was used in Auckland and in Hamilton, and now in Wellington, and it's the same method that's going to be used in Christchurch and Dunedin later on when their contracts come up, which is very, very soon. Now how has it worked? Well, the Wellington region the bus network has been split up into 16 units. They are literally called units, and each unit has serves a particular region, a particular part of the region's bus network, and contains all of the routes for that region. And the successful tenderer for that unit gets all of the routes that belong to that unit. Simple, really, isn't it? Now, so like I said, there are 16 units. Now, out of those 16, 7 of them were directly appointed. Now, directly appointed means that the units automatically go back to the incumbent operators. So there's no change of operator for the directly appointed units. However, 9 of the other 9 units were put out to tender. Now, the regional council says here, where was it? Here we are. They received 86 bids from 9 tenderers, including several international operators. It was a highly competitive and robust process, and GWRC believes it is important to promote competition in public transport, which leads to value for money outcomes for ratepayers and taxpayers. We are pleased with the outcomes that we have secured for ratepayers and look forward to negotiating with the preferred tenderers. So, basically, I'm just going to go through the list of 16 here, and I'm going to say the results and what kind of unit it was. Okay, so the table here has the unit number and name, the PVR. Now the PVR stands for peak vehicle requirement, which is the number of buses that will be required to be used for that unit, and basically that means the max, and that's the maximum. So at a peak time when the most services are needed, that's how many buses they'll need. It's got estimated revenue service in kilometres and the approximate catchment population, which of those two I'm not going to bother with. So, and then it's got the winner. Now the new contracts begin in July of 2018. So we've still got another year left, and a year and a couple of months of the current contracts before the new ones take over. But let's rip into it. So Unit 1 is in the centre. So the first few units are all sort of in the central Wellington area. We've got the North-South Spine, Unit 1, with a PVR of 47. This unit was tendered and was awarded to Transit Coach Lines. Unit 2 is the East and West Spine with a PVR of 61. and it goes back to NZ Bus via direct appointment. Unit 3 is a university unit with a PVR of 19 and also goes back to NZ Bus via direct appointment. Unit 4 is the Kandala and Arrow unit. That has a PVR of 25 and was awarded to Transit Coach Lines via tender. Unit 5 is the Central unit with a PVR of 20, retained by NZ Bus via direct appointment. Unit 6 which was the Taranaki unit with a PVR of 13, was retained by NZ Bus via direct appointment. Unit 7, the Brooklyn Ofiro unit, with a PVR of 23, was awarded to Transit Coach Lines via tender. Unit 8, which is the Newlands unit, with a PVR of 14, was retained by Mana Coach Services via direct appointment. Unit 9 as the Lower Hutt unit, that has a PVR of 43 and was awarded to Transit Coach Lines via tender. Unit 10, which is Upper Hutt, with a PVR of 31, is awarded to Transit Coach Lines via tender. Unit 11 is Wainuiomata with a PVR of 14. That was awarded to Transit Coach Lines via tender. Unit 12 was the Eastbourne unit with a PVR of 17 that was retained by NZ Bus via direct appointment. 13 is the Porirua unit. Now this is the big one because this is my area. Now that has a PVR of 25 and was awarded to Transit Coach Lines via tender. Unit 14 is the Kapiti tender with a PVR of 20. It was awarded to User Bus via tender. Unit 15 was the Wairarapa tender with a PVR of 6, and it was retained by Transit Coach Lines via tender because they currently operate that one. It was put up for tender and they won it back. In fact, it's the only tender of which the same operator has tendered and won it back. That's the only one. I'll explain more in a minute. And the last unit, Unit 16, is the Tawa unit, and that was retained by Mana Coach Services via direct appointment. So, big changes on the way. So, quite a lot for transit there. So yes, as I mentioned before, out of the 16 units, 9 of them were put up for tender, and Transit got 8 of them, and Userbus got the last one. The 2 units retained by Mana Coach Services and the 5 units operated by NZ Bus were all by direct appointments. So neither NZ Bus nor Mana won any tenders units. They only got what was directly appointed to them. Now let's talk a little bit now, just briefly, about the market share. Now at the moment, NZ Bus has 73% of the bus market share in Wellington, Mana has 25% and Transit has 6%. Transit has 2%, Now the new laws, under the PTOM state that a single company is no longer allowed to have any more than 60%. And as the preferred tenderer, Transit, when the new contracts start, will have 60% of the market share. NZ Bus will have gone down from 73%. They'll now have 28% of the market share, which is about a third of what they currently have now. Mana Coach Services will be down from 25% to 6%, which is a quarter of what they currently have. And Userbus will also have 6%, which is up from what they have now, because they do operate services in Wellington. They have just 1 or 2 routes in Otaki, and that's it. And that's it. Note that the airport flyer service is not included in this. It's a commercial service operated by NZ Bus, and they have the rights to it as well, and it will continue to be operated by NZ Bus. So I will give sort of like my thoughts a little bit. I don't want to go into any of the stuff that has been posted on the Tramways Union, because there's some controversial stuff here. I don't really want to go talking about controversial stuff relating to bus drivers' pay in different companies and anything, because I know that there are people from all sorts of different bus companies who do watch my YouTube channel and follow my Facebook page, and I really don't want to bring those issues up in the video. Not to mention it's all very, very complicated, and a lot of it is beyond me anyway. But I will just give my thoughts. So obviously you're probably all wondering, am I disappointed about Mana losing the Porirua contracts? Yes, I am disappointed. You know, I love Mana Coach Services as a company. I think they've got some really, really nice buses, and some of the best bus drivers I know. But, however, Transit has won fair and square. I know that Transit has got some equally fantastic staff members just like Mana, and I know that Transit are a brilliant company as well. And to be honest, if Mana were going to lose the contract, then I'm actually quite glad that it was somebody like Transit that have picked it up. I will say that I do like Transit, but I don't want to really pick favourites on my channel, because of all the people from different bus companies that actually watch my videos. I don't want to offend anyone, but I am pleased with Transit, and I wish Transit the best of luck, and I really hope that they're able to do a good job. As with Userbus taking over in Kapiti as well, I wish Transit and Userbus the best of luck, and really I just want to say thank you to Mana. Sorry for your loss, Mana. I know that it must be really gutting to find, after, 30, 40 years or more of operating bus services in Porirua, it must be quite hard-hitting, I think, to now be told that they'll no longer be running those services from July next year. But, times change, that's the way it goes, It's business. That's the way it goes, What else is there to say? But yeah, I just want to say thank you to the company, for always being around, for not making too many balls-ups along the way, and for having some of the best bus drivers I know. They've got some really fantastic stuff, and not to mention all of the free stuff that they've given me over the years as well. So I'm really, really grateful for the service that Mana have provided, and I wish them the best of luck with the services that they have been able to retain, and I hope that they can make a success of what will be left of the company. And you know what they say, better luck next time. Maybe the next time the contracts come round, Mana will tender, and they might be able to win and pick something up again. But who knows? I mean, that's the way business goes. But all I can really say is I just once again thank Mana Coach Services for the service that they've provided. They've got us all to work, school, university, wherever, day in, day out. They work really hard, and I'm grateful. And it is sad to be losing Mana in Porirua, but as Mana goes out, Transit comes in, and it'll be great, and we'll see what happens. I will talk a little bit more about some of the other things that are happening with the new network. Obviously, there is going to be a ton of new buses. The preferred tender outcome will bring 228 new Euro 6 buses and 220 Euro 5 buses to the routes covered by the tender. Transit has said up here. Ooh, it was all the way up here. Yeah, Transit would also build 228 new buses, with as many being built by the Kiwi Bus Builders team as it can handle. And that is really good news as well. I like Kiwi Bus Builders because I will say, you know, all of the companies that we've got operating in Wellington, or that we will have operating in Wellington, are New Zealand owned and based companies, which is fantastic. And also Kiwi Bus Builders, local New Zealand company as well, because there were 9 different companies that put in tenders for a total of 86 bids, I think they said, was it? Yeah, 86 bids from 9 tenderers, and it says here, including several international operators. So it is nice that we managed to have local New Zealand-based companies win the tenders, and that is good news. So I'm glad that we were able to get that much out of it. So yeah, but that's the tender results, guys. You can find out more. Well, we can't really find out more at Bus and Transport Enthusiast NZ, but you can go on there. But if you want more, then I would recommend www.gwrt.govt.nz, which is the Greater Wellington Regional Council website. You can also look at tramways.weebly.com for the Tramways Union, or you can just do what I do, which is the easy option, which is go into Google and type in Wellington bus tenders. Type Wellington bus tenders into Google, and that should be what comes up. So there you have it, and that's it for now, guys, and that's it.